think after this there are no significant, really difficult tops, difficult passes to pedal. So this is my bike here, and I am here. Look at the vast snow fields of Himachal Pradesh. So thank you for allowing me and letting me pass through these lands and saving me from all the mountain dangers. I never cycled in my entire life, and I met a guy, Tim Bogdanov. He is a retired cyclist and he climbs mountains, and he completed his 55,000 cycling kilometers. He navigated around the Himalayas. I think that is the indirect inspiration. Also, I want to climb mountains and I need strong thighs to climb mountains, and cycling is one of the good exercise to get the thighs strengthened. So I took this job, I did it, and I completed it. Now 8,000 kilometers is over.
મૂળ છે પર્વતારોહક, એને કરવું હતું આ બધું મૂળ પર્વતારોહણ માટે, પણ 10-15 દિવસ પહેલાં એને સડનલી મને વાત કરી કે સર મારે સાયકલ યાત્રા કરવી છે, આખું ભારત ફરવું છે. નોર્મલ નહીં, ગુજરાત કે એવું લિમિટેડ એરિયા નહીં, સીધું ભારત ફરવું છે. એટલે અમને પેલો શોખ લાગ્યો કે આ ભારત ફરવું છે એટલે હવે ટ્રેન તો છે જ એનામાં, પણ એને ના કહેવાય નહીં. આપણે અમે પોઝિટિવ જ એને રિસ્પોન્સ આપવાનો હતો કે હા ભાઈ ભારત ફરવું છે, યુ કેન ડુ ઇટ, કરી લઈશ તું. એ કુલ એ હતો કે 10,000 કિલોમીટર ફરવાનું છે, કઈ રીતે થશે. માણસ એની રીતે રહેતી હતો કે એને જૂનું હતું કે મારે સાયકલ લઈને જવું છે. અમારા તરફથી ગ્રીન સિગ્નલ આપી દીધી કે ભાઈ હા તું જઈ શકે ને. એને 10 દિવસમાં ટોટલ પ્લાન તૈયાર કરી દીધો, ભૌગોલિક જે કે મેપિંગ જે કરવાનું હતું એ બધું જ નકશો આખો તૈયાર કરી દીધો. મારે આટલા કિલોમીટર અહીંયાથી અહીં જવાનું છે, અહીંયાથી ટોટલ તૈયાર કરી દીધું. તૈયાર કર્યા પછી ફરીથી એટલે ટ્રેનિંગ તો ચાલુ જ છે, ફરીથી અમને ડેટ આપે છે કે સર આ તારીખે મારે નીકળવાનું છે ફાઇનલ.
May 12th, 2023. I cannot forget that day. So I pedaled out of ISR where I live, and Jayanti and Lucky is my baby. Jayanti is my partner. So they were giving me send off, and my baby suddenly started crying, and I was moving. It was a cinematic experience actually. And Lucky started crying so loud. Suddenly everything went blank because I don't know how long it is going to take. The entire project will take around more than 70 days, 65 days, something like that initially. And it was a confusing moment for me at that time. And then but it started. I have to finish it. So I just focused, small sacrifices. I thought like this, small sacrifices. Maybe I will have so many stories to tell my baby in the later point of time. So I pedaled out and then I just disappeared on the road. It was not my idea. It was Anurag's. Anurag once mentioned me while we were climbing Manaslu in 2021. We are at the base camp. He said like he want to do a cycling expedition in India. So I thought I liked the idea, and watching India with my own eyes, watching India in one lifetime is not possible. And Anurag's that idea like sparked me like anything, and I formed a map initially on that day itself in Manaslu base camp, but it didn't happen for 1.5 years, and Anurag was busy with his work. He couldn't join me. So I thought, why not? Let's start, because I time is running out. I found this is the perfect time from May to July, and I executed it.
I met Venkata in Nepal while traveling to the Everest region, and both of us had the same idea basically to do a pre-season trek, high altitude trek before climbing an 8,000 meter mountain. And it's just a rare coincidence that we were sharing the same car to the mountains, the local transport. And that was the beginning of our friendship basically. And later on we started trekking together through the mountains. And I noticed that Venkata was carrying like 22 kilos, I think. Really overloaded for a trek. But actually that was really good for him because it prepared him even better for his Manaslu ascent, which he did up to 8,000 without oxygen. Really impressive for his first time on really, really high altitude. And I think part of that was because he did this trek in the Everest region where he got to acclimatize over the 5,000 meter passes, and we spent a lot of time above 5,000 meters, 4,000 meters, and we became really, really good friends as well up there.
I met Venki in Kathmandu through Tim, but we spent majority of the time together at Manaslu Base Camp. Venki is a guy very enthusiastic about everything in life, like whatever he does, he puts 100% effort, and he's one of the most genuine and compassionate guy you'll ever come across, or at least I ever come across. He's the one who goes above and beyond. Everybody makes a lot of plans, including myself. Like I always have too many plans, but then executing them is a real thing. Venki does that, and in a more efficient and humbling way. The amazing bike touring. I really, really hate you, Venki, for doing this without me.
Morning 5:30 a.m. I started. I came to Force One Academy first and took blessings from the Hanumanji here because I need supporting winds and supporting weather. So and after that I started. I went to Mehsana. Now the real journey begins now. So one step at a time, and then slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes you have to pedal faster, but unnecessary pressure will create unnecessary nonsense. So no pressure. Mehsana is 75 kilometers, then hot sun. There are people stopping me in the middle and asking my phone number and asking my Instagram ID. And some people, one fellow on the first day gave me 500 rupees donation. So because I said my journey was long, and he was showing sympathy and all that stuff. After that, hot sun, and then I didn't take any break up to 80 kilometers on the first day. And okay, this is only journey part. I'm pedaling, which is fine, no problem. But the road is like this: 1 kilometer down and 2 kilometers up. It is not altitude; it is like a sine wave slowly. The terrain was like that, and after that I hit the highway. Okay, I reached 100 kilometers. I had lunch, fine, no problem. It was good till then. But suddenly this thought came into mind. I only covered only 2-digit number, and the number, the total distance is 8,000, more than 10,000 kilometers. And while planning, I planned it like I am going on an aeroplane or a Volvo bus. So for today I start from Gandhinagar to Sancho I cross Rajasthan and then go to Punjab, and then further I will just hit the mountains. So I planned it so easily, but the distance is not reducing, it is increasing every day. So that's what happening. That is what happening in my mind that day. So when I reached Disa on the first day, I was afraid. I was literally so afraid what to do. So and then I ignored that part, and then I slept that night. The next day morning 6 a.m. I started.
અમે એવરીડેના ફોલોઅપમાં રહેતા હતા કે ભાઈ શું કન્ડિશન છે, ક્યાં પહોંચ્યો, કેવું છે. ડીસા સાંચોર સુધી ત્યાં તો આરામથી કોઈ સ્ટ્રેસ વગર કે કશું પણ નહીં. ત્યાંથી બાડમેરથી જેસલમેર પહોંચ્યો ત્યારે એને થોડુંક કીધું કે સર ગરમી પુષ્કળ છે, સામે પવન છે, એટલે ત્યારે અમને થોડુંક એવું થયું કે ભાઈ હવે જોશમાં નીકળ્યો તો છે પણ રિટર્ન ના આવે તો સારું. એમ રીતે સેફલી પૂરું એનું જે ગોલ છે એ અચીવ કરીને આવે તો સારું. પણ ત્યાં જેસલમેરથી અમુક ત્યાંના હાઈવે હોય છે એટલે સામે પવન હોય છે, તડકો બી પુષ્કળ હોય, એ ટાઈમે સાયકલ ચલાવવા એટલે અઘરું કામ થઈ જાય. રાજસ્થાન ક્રોસ કરી લીધું ત્યાં સુધી અમને એક ડાઉટ હતો કે રાજસ્થાન ક્રોસ કરશે તો પછી આગળનું બધું પહોંચી વળશે, પણ એક રીતે એ બી ડાઉટ હતો કે હવે કામ અઘરું છે એટલે થશે કે નહીં થાય.
On the first day itself, Mr. Ayaz Akhtar in Palanpur, apparently he is the president of Palanpur Cycling Club. He stopped me on the road and asked all so many questions.
Less luggage, more comfort, na?
He arranged my accommodation and food in Disa on the very first day. First day was interesting. It was difficult, but it was interesting because I met some interesting cyclists of Gujarat. After that, next day I crossed Sanchor border, Rajasthan, and the heat of summer heat of Rajasthan was like excruciatingly, harsh.
Entered Rajasthan just now. The place behind me is a border, Gujarat-Rajasthan border, and then some 15 kilometers later I'll stop for a break because it's very hot. So actually what happens when there is wind, it's comfortable. If there is no wind, then it is difficult.
Progressed, and then when I reached Dhorimanna, there was one guy on the roadside. He said like there are two other cyclists who are already ahead of you, like some 40 minutes like that.
Hello. आगे जा रहा हूँ.
So in Rajasthan there is a place called Ramdevra. It's a pilgrimage. Many people from Gujarat and then Rajasthan, they either do a padayatra. I mean they go on foot, or sometimes many youngsters they cycle to Ramdevra to offer their offerings to the god. Suddenly I changed my plan randomly because I enter Rajasthan and then I am entering the thick desert of Badmer area and then Jaisalmer. If I have a partner and they were pedaling on the night, so I thought like, okay, suddenly I changed all the plan. If I have partners, why not I push further? So that day, on the second day, I pushed around 210 kilometers and I reached Badmer around 4:10 a.m. in the morning.
Those two guys are here.
I stayed in a small hotel with those guys on sharing basis, and the next day morning I left for Jaisalmer. But here, not only just the summer hot, but it's opposite wind again.
Weather is supporting, no sun, but no wind. No wind, it's too hot.
In this kind of expeditions, laziness is not an option. You cannot be lazy. Early to rise, early start is good, and the sun heat is like more. As by 10 o'clock, it is like full hot. Punctures were expected. In desert, almost every tree will have thorns or spikes, because that is the science, that is the desert science. So I reached some toll plaza. The toll plaza guys were good. They gave me a small room, the administration bungalow there nearby. I went inside, I fixed the puncture, and then I forwarded it to Jaisalmer. That I reached to Jaisalmer by evening 6 o'clock.
अब बताइए अगर चलेगा तो, क्योंकि आगे बहुत गर्मी होता है ना.
And then I went to Jaisalmer, I fixed punctures, replaced the tires. And the dada of that, the owner of that cycle store, he said, these are duplicate tires. ये ज़्यादा समय नहीं पिकेगा, तो you have to get it changed very soon after the desert, something like that. So I thought, okay, fine. It was fair. I stayed in a one-bin hostel in Jaisalmer and visited the Jaisalmer palace that day. Then progressed towards Bikaner on the next day.
રાજસ્થાન ક્રોસ કર્યું ત્યારે અમને એના ઉપર ટ્રસ્ટ આવી ગયો કે હવે ડેફિનેટલી આ ભાઈ આગળ વધશે. અમે અમારી તરફથી બી એક એને આવડું ગોલ લીધો હતો, તો પછી અમારી બી એક થોડીક ફરજ બને છે કે ભાઈ અમારો એનો જ એકેડમીનો વિદ્યાર્થી અમારો સાથી નીકળ્યો છે આવી એક સાયકલ યાત્રા પર, તો અમે પણ એના માટે કંઈક કરીએ, ફોલોઅપમાં કંઈક રહીએ કે બેકઅપમાં રહીએ. એવરીડે એની જોડેથી અમે લોકેશન બગાવતા હતા કે ભાઈ શું છે, ક્યાં પહોંચ્યા છો, કેવું છે, હેલ્થ કેવી છે. પણ આ બધી એને હેલ્થની તો કોઈ ઇસ્યુ થઈ જ નથી. ઇવન જે પહોંચ્યા ને ત્યાં સુધી એની હેલ્થ એકદમ પરફેક્ટ હતી.
I want to avoid the flyover, so I will cross this place and then go from that side. Luckily there is road. Reached here in Palodi Nagarpalika, the municipal corporation. So here I was offered with good food and he is the manager here. आप इसके बारे में बताइएगा.
ये राजस्थान की एक स्कीम है 100 किलो की. यहाँ 8 रुपये में खाना खिलाया जाता है, 2 सब्जी, अचार, चपाती सब दिया जाता है और सबको भरपेट खाना खिलाया जाता है. कोई भी आए. राजस्थान के सब जिलों में, सब जगह गांव में खुला है भी है.
अच्छा.
सब जगह बहुत 100 किलो की बहुत अच्छी स्कीम है. सबके पेट भर जाता है. जो भी अब गरीब कोई भी भूखा नहीं मरता है.
Disa, Badmer, Jaisalmer, Halodi, Bikaner, Ganganagar, Fazilka. The first 10 days I reached Punjab on the 10th day of my journey. First 10 days were quite interesting, exhausting, unexpected. It was very interesting, those first 10 days. A lot of learnings actually. In Bikaner, when I walked through the roads of Bikaner, the kind of food items they have, even for 365 days I taste one item every day. Still there they have so many varieties of that Bikaneri snacks, so many.
मैं डोला बना रहा हूँ. हम देखना आता है क्या?
क्यों नहीं आता?
अरे
सब कुछ आएगा, कैमरा सब कुछ पकड़ता है.
So I reached Ganganagar. In Ganganagar I found a couchsurfing host, Vipin. He hosted me there. So through him I got a contact of Utkarsh. Utkarsh is a chemical engineer who researches about open water canals.
किन्नू किन्नू किन्नू
हाँ किन्नू.
किन्नू और नींबू
हाँ
और अमरूद और गेहूँ, सरसों
हाँ सरसों.
सरसों मगर सारी फसलें होती है.
फिर तो मल्लाना तो थोड़ा ही है. कोई ज़्यादा नहीं.
क्या है 50 किलोमीटर जैसे.
हाँ जी कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं.
शाम 4 से 5 बजे तक जाऊँगा.
हाँ हॉल रमते रमते जाएंगे.
ऐसे धूप में ना ऐसे देख रहा हूँ कैसे कितना दूर चला सकता हूँ करके.
वो लगाओ ना.
So these are the random acquaintances and it was good. After that, when I entered Punjab, I slept that night in Sunny Court, a small hotel in Fazilka. Next day morning, the Azad Hind Paddling Club. This is a paddling club which is formed during COVID times. This is an active cycling club in Punjab.
जो है एज के अकॉर्डिंग तो सर हमारे रामकिशन जी हैं.
हाँ.
और हमारे जो क्लब के हेड हैं वो शशिकांत गुप्ता जी हैं. ये जनरल सेक्रेटरी हैं सिमरजीत जी. और ये हमारे सीनियर मेंबर अश्विनी जी और माई सेल्फ अर्पित सेतिया. हमारे क्लब में नियर अबाउट 8 से 10 मेंबर्स हैं. तो हमारा जो राइड का रहता है कि हम डेली राइड करते हैं 30 to 40 किलोमीटर हमारी डेली राइड आती है. संडे को हमारी स्पेशल राइड आती है, दैट इज़ 100, 60, 80, 100 जितना भी हम कर सकें वो करते हैं. तो उसके बाद हमारा चाय पीने का जो जगह है वो यही है. ऑफिस हमारा यही है. हाँ अड्डा हमारा फिक्स, हमारा ऑफिस यही है. यहीं आके चाय पीते हैं. और फॉर्चुनेटली आप हमें यहाँ मिले और बड़ी खुशी हुई. और आपका वेलकम है पंजाब में, स्पेशली फाजिलका में. और हमें एक्चुअली मालूम होता तो आपका कुछ और अरेंजमेंट अच्छे से और कर पाते.
And then after that they have helped me to find some more people in Gurur Sahai, Goluka More it's called.
राकेश कुमार जी, चिंपन लोटा जी, इधर रुकेश कुमार जी, डॉक्टर सुनील, ये साढ़े लोटा साहब, मास्टर लोटा जी, टीचर, होगी दी गल।
Ji, Arpit Setia gave me contact of Rakesh ji. I met Vipin Lota ji there. Vipin Lota ji insisted me to go to Nirmal Singh. Nirmal ji is a cyclist and then he is a farmer in Punjab.
Basti Sari Wali, right side, Maldan Wala straight, and then Punjab. Everywhere it is green.
He did West Coast cycling from Kashmir to Kanyakumari via West Coast, and then I slept at his house. The rose milk, sir. Nirmal sir, it's something. He gave me a memorable night, sir. There, he advised about how to pedal in the high altitudes, especially what is the speed, what is the gear system I have to operate on in Zojila or in Tanglangla or in Baralacha or Nakila, wherever it is. It was enlightening discussion on that night, and sir, it's an honor, sir. I met you, and thank you for hosting me that night. It was really amazing. The next day I went to Amritsar. Amritsar, I visited the Wagah border. Atari border. I enjoyed the evening parade there. It's mind blowing. Hats off to Indian Army. As I reached Jammu, I found Harbhajan Singh's and Sons. There is a cycle store there. It is one of the best cycle store in that area. Imran, thank you, Imran. You did. It's a fantastic job there. I didn't get any single trouble after Jammu, and the entire mountain zone from Jammu to Srinagar to Manali, Leh and Manali. Nothing. No complaints or no repairs of the cycle. And then I started. Cycle was fully ready, and then the lower hills of Himalaya, elevation gains, and then up and down. It was okay, but the problem here is heavy vehicles. The traffic system is controlled in a way. Every day after 3 p.m. these heavy vehicles are allowed to pass through that road in alternate days. It's a long traffic. It's like 1,000-1,500 vehicles just they come at a time. So this is the condition that happened on that day. And tunnels, there are long tunnels. There are more than 11 tunnels, and reaching Banihal was one of the toughest journey on the lower Himalayas. Like these heavy vehicles, they go pass through, and then the opposite wind again made it more difficult. So the funny thing is, every time when there is an elevation, there is an opposite wind. When I am descending, the wind is pushing from behind. Yeah, somehow I managed to overcome the traffic and then pass through all these under construction tunnels, and then I reached Srinagar.
તો અમે એની જોડે લોકેશન એટલા માટે મગાવતા હતા, શ્રીનગર એટલે કે કાશ્મીરની અંદર એન્ટર થવાનો હતો એ પહેલાં અમે અહીંયાથી પહેલે એ રાજસ્થાન ક્રોસ કર્યું, એટલે અમે 5-6 મિત્રોએ એક પ્લાનિંગ કર્યું કે આપણો એક મિત્ર આવી રીતે ગયો છે સાયકલ લઈને, તો એના બેકઅપમાં આપણે જવાનું છે. બધું અમારું આખું ગ્રુપ તૈયાર થઈ ગયું. અમે બાય કાર ગયા. કાશ્મીરની અંદર એન્ટર થયો એટલે એવરીડે અમે લોકેશન મગાવતા હતા. કાશ્મીરની અંદર એન્ટર થયો એટલે પાછળથી અમે એને ટ્રેક કરતા જતા હતા. કાશ્મીરથી લગભગ 70-80 કિલોમીટર દૂર, શ્રીનગરથી 70-80 કિલોમીટર દૂર હતો. ત્યારે અમે એને ટ્રેસ કર્યો. 10 મિનિટ એની પાછળ અમે જઈએ છીએ.
कश्मीर से 50 किलोमीटर पहले साइकिल लेके मिला है, हम उसको मिले. दोनों बहुत बढ़िया हैप्पी है. हम दुख के साथ में आए, उसको मिठाई खिला के मुँह मीठा करते हैं.
I regained my energies when I saw the faces of my friends in the middle of the beautiful landscape of Srinagar.